You just opened an office on the other side of town and you need to set up a VPN. The decision you make in this video could save you a lot of work in the long run. One VPN tunnel, same encryption, same gateway, same shared secret, and yet one of these setups will fall apart the second your network grows, and the other scales without you even touching it. The difference isn't the firewall, it's which kind of VPN you build, policy-based and route-based. Pick wrong and you'll be rebuilding tunnels every time someone adds a subnet. Policy-based VPN is a guard with a fixed list. Only the exact source and destinations written on that list get across. SonicWall calls it the traffic selector. Add a new subnet, it's not on the list, so it's turned away. And you have to stop and rewrite this list on both firewalls. The traffic rules are welded right to the tunnel. Route-based VPN is a bridge. You build it once, that's the tunnel interface. It doesn't care who crosses. To send traffic over it, you just create a route in your routing table. You need to reach a new subnet, you build another route. The bridge never changes. You can even let OSPF or BGP create these routes automatically. So first, let's go up here to Network, down to IPsec VPN, and Rules and Settings. We're going to be using IPv4. Let's add a new one. So we're going to name this Main Street Office. Now you want to come up with a naming scheme right from the start, because if you name everything Branch Office 1, 2, 3, you're going to cause a lot of confusion and potentially do configuration changes, causing downtime. So from here we want to do either our gateway or the domain address. So we're just going to do a WAN IP. And this is if you have a secondary WAN, so we can do failover. And then for shared secret or PSK, I like to use Google's PSK generator. So let's copy this, paste this in here. And then for local IC ID, this is just kind of a password on both sides. For this, we're just going to use the WAN IP so they match up. Now let's go over to our network tab. So this is where you choose what local network you want to attach to this tunnel. So we're just going to use X1 subnet. And then for our destination, from here we can actually create a new address object. We're just going to say Main Street LAN. So this is part of the LAN zone over there. We're going to choose a network. We'll say it's 10.0.20.0. Net mask 255.255.255.0. Save that address object. Let's close that. Then right now we have a limitation using one address object. So now let's create a group. We're just going to say Main Street Office Networks. So Main Street LAN. Let's add that in there. Now, whenever you want to add networks to this, you just add it to this address group. Now let's go to proposals. We're going to use everything default here, but from here you can fine tune your encryption method. And then advanced adds a bunch of extra features to it. A big one you're going to want is keep alive. And then Windows networking or net BIOS. Save that. Now we don't have this set up on the other side, so it's not going to come up. Now let's check out Route-Based VPN. Let's go to Add, change this to Tunnel Interface. We'll name this Main Street Office. Gateway is going to be our local WAN address. Shared secret, we're going to use the PSK generators. PSK again. Our local IC ID will be using our local WAN address, and then peers will be the remote WAN address. And you'll notice that the network tab is completely gone. So we don't build any routes or address objects in this. This is just strictly the tunnel. Proposals, you can still customize the encryption method and turn on all features. So let's save that. Now to actually build the routes, we go over here to Policy, Routing Rules. Let's set this to Custom to filter it out. And we can hit Add. So let's say I want to build a rule going to that site for strictly SMB file share. So let's say to Main Street office SMB. So our source will say our X1 subnet. So anything plugged into the X1 port on our firewall will be able to go over the tunnel. Our destination will be the main street office networks we created. Service, we're going to set to SMB. Interface, we set it to that main street office tunnel we created. And it already knows the gateway since we configured that. And then for metric, we're going to set it to 20, just like the other rules in here, so it doesn't prioritize it. And now we can save that. So if the tunnel was up, this would be highlighted. So now anyone from my X1 subnet will have access over the tunnel only with the SMB service. And when setting up these locations, the remote location is going to be an exact mirror of this. So this IP will actually be the peer's IP. So these two would be swapped, and the peer IP right here would actually be here as well. The PSKs need to be the same. Proposals have to be exactly the same. Feature set has to be exactly the same. Over the years, I've built all kinds of crazy multi-site policy-based VPNs. If you're one of those, leave a comment over your setup and drop a like. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.